Welcome back to another video. In this week's gripping episodes, Vihaan and Gauri find themselves caught between family turmoil, ancient powers, and heartbreaking twists that will leave you breathless. Here's what's coming up from 1st to August 15th, 2025. Friday, August 1st, 2025. Vihaan is left humiliated when Gauri publicly shares his regressive opinions about women with her students during a classroom discussion. The incident sparks tension not only between the two, but also within the family. As if things weren't bad enough, the family is rocked to its core when Pushpa's lifeless body is discovered, leaving everyone in shock and despair. The sudden death throws the household into chaos. Vihaan suspects something sinister is behind it, but can't make sense of what's unfolding. Gauri tries to console the family, but the rift between her and Vihaan grows deeper with every passing moment. Pushpa's mysterious death casts a dark cloud over the home, setting off a chain of supernatural events no one is prepared for. Saturday, August 2nd, 2025. Gauri, refusing to back down, challenges Vihaan to a parking contest to prove she's every bit his equal. Her sarcastic remarks about his chauvinistic mindset bruise his ego, and the playful challenge quickly turns into a serious battle of pride. Their fight spills into the public eye, making Vihaan the talk of the neighborhood. As their feud escalates, Gauri's fiery spirit only seems to provoke Vihaan further. She enjoys pushing his buttons, while he struggles to deal with the shift in power dynamics. But beneath all the bickering lies a tension that neither of them fully understands. Something deeper and far more dangerous is brewing in the shadows. Sunday, August 3rd, 2025. When a marriage proposal arrives for Sandhya, Vihaan's arrogance takes center stage. He tells the groom's family that they should feel lucky to be considered, which leaves everyone around him stunned and embarrassed. His pride blinds him, further isolating him from those closest to him. Meanwhile, Gauri decides to take matters into her own hands. She dons a disguise and performs as a dancer at a local event, stunning everyone with her boldness. But this is no ordinary performance. It's a statement, a silent rebellion against Vihaan's toxic masculinity and a step toward discovering a darker truth. Monday, August 4th, 2025. Vihaan begins following a mysterious woman he believes to be a Dayan, after spotting a body that looks eerily like Pushpa's. His obsession with unraveling the truth leads him down a dangerous path. Gauri notices his strange behavior and confronts him, but she's shaken to her core when she accidentally witnesses his emerging supernatural powers. Gauri tries to understand what she saw, but Vihaan brushes her off. The fear in her eyes lingers in his mind as he starts realizing there might be more to his existence than he ever imagined. For the first time, Vihaan begins to fear himself and what he might become. Tuesday, August 5th, 2025. A single touch from Gauri calms Vihaan like nothing else ever has. The strange inner storm raging inside him begins to settle, and for a brief moment, he feels human again. But Gauri soon finds her car in a horrifying condition, as if something had clawed through it, leaving her rattled. The mystery deepens as Vihaan realizes Gauri's presence keeps his powers in check. He's drawn to her, but fears growing closer. Meanwhile, Gauri's suspicion grows stronger. She knows something is terribly wrong, and the damaged car is only a small piece of a much larger puzzle. Wednesday, August 6th, 2025. Desperate for answers, Vihaan turns to Veena and demands to know the origin of his strange powers. He questions whether they might be connected to the dark forces haunting the house. Veena, visibly disturbed, refuses to reveal the truth and instead diverts his questions. As Vihaan becomes more restless, Gauri senses the pain he's hiding behind his anger. The tension between them is thick, yet their connection seems to deepen with every secret left unspoken. Meanwhile, Veena is tormented by a terrifying truth she hopes to bury forever. Thursday, August 7th, 2025. Veena's fear intensifies as she starts sensing the return of Kamini, the dreaded Dayan. Desperate to protect the family, she finally breaks her silence and reveals to Vihaan that his biological mother wasn't just any woman. She was a Dayan. The revelation stuns him to the core. Vihaan reels from the truth, questioning everything he's ever believed. Gauri tries to support him, but even she can't comprehend the weight of this new reality. With his lineage now tied to darkness, Vihaan stands at a terrifying crossroads, August 8th, unsure of 2025. Learning that his mother was a Dayan shakes Vihaan to his very foundation. The idea that he might inherit her powers fills him with fear. He isolates himself, haunted by the thought of what he could become. But amidst the chaos, he offers a shoulder to Charu, who is devastated after her application is rejected. In comforting Charu, Vihaan feels a brief flicker of hope that maybe he can still choose who he becomes. But the shadows around him continue to grow stronger, and he knows the fight against destiny is far from over. Saturday, August 9th, 2025. Blaming Gauri for Charu's canceled admission, Vihaan lashes out at her, letting his anger consume him. Their relationship hits a new low, but as he goes through an old script, he makes a stunning discovery. He was born under a rare and powerful star alignment. The revelation points to a prophecy that suggests his life was never ordinary. Vihaan begins to suspect his fate was sealed long before he was born. Meanwhile, Gauri is left hurt and confused by his behavior, unaware of the secret Vihaan now carries. Sunday, August 10th, 2025. News of another mysterious death spreads panic through the town. Harsh confirms the Dayan's hand behind it, sending shockwaves through the family. But the real shock comes when the Dayan appears before Vihaan, bows to him, and calls him Davinch, the heir of the Dark Realm. Vihaan is horrified, but unable to deny what's unfolding before his eyes. Gauri watches him from afar, terrified by what he's turning into. The line between man and monster begins to blur, and time is running out to save Vihaan from himself. Monday, August 11th, 2025. Vihaan, finally gaining control over his mind, is consumed with guilt for hurting Gauri. In a vulnerable moment, he gets down on one knee and proposes to her, hoping love will save him. But in a shocking twist, Gauri stabs him from behind in front of everyone. Gasps echo around them, but it's soon revealed that the stabbing was not real. Everyone is left confused and alarmed as the line between dream and reality begins to vanish, leaving Vihaan in a deeper state of mental torment. Tuesday, August 12th, 2025. Gauri breaks down and admits the stabbing happened in a dream, but she can't shake off the fear it caused. Pratham Vanshi visits Vihaan and issues a grave warning. He's nearing his final transformation into a Dayan, and if he doesn't act fast, he might lose his humanity forever. The dream haunts both Vihaan and Gauri, pushing them into a state of emotional crisis. They begin questioning whether love can truly overcome the darkness that threatens to consume them both. The answers, however, remain buried in secrets yet to be revealed. Wednesday, August 13th, 2025. Frightened of what he might do, Vihaan chains himself to prevent any harm. Meanwhile, the Dayan takes on Vihaan's form and tricks Veena by pretending to be in danger, luring her out of the house. Veena falls into the trap, unaware of the horror awaiting her. The family is thrown into panic when Veena goes missing. Gauri senses something is wrong and tries to warn everyone. As Vihaan fights against his darker self, the Dayan's game becomes more sinister, putting the entire family in jeopardy. Thursday, August 14th, 2025. To save Veena, Vihaan makes a heart-wrenching decision. He agrees to marry. The urgency of the moment pushes him to sacrifice his own will. But his troubles don't end there. Rekha, misunderstanding the situation, publicly accuses him of taking advantage of Gauri. Humiliated and enraged, Vihaan tries to defend himself, but the damage is done. Gauri stands quietly beside him, unsure whether to support him or walk away. The weight of everyone's judgment becomes too much for both of them to bear. Friday, August 15th, 2025. In a moment of desperation and hope, Vihaan puts sindoor on Gauri's forehead in front of the family, which miraculously revives Veena. The act is seen as a divine blessing, and everyone is overwhelmed with emotion. But just as Gauri starts to believe in their bond, Vihaan cruelly disowns the marriage. Gauri is left shattered, betrayed in the worst way. Her heart breaks as the man she thought she saved turns away from her. Vihaan walks off, believing he's protecting her from the darkness inside him. But little does he know, the real war has just begun. The battle between love and darkness has never been more intense. Will Gauri be able to bring Vihaan back from the edge? Or will his destiny as Davinch destroy everything in its path? Stay tuned and subscribe to the Channel Insider for more heart-pounding updates.